Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's good to have you back to watch my video, and if you're new here, welcome, and I hope you will click the subscribe button and share my channel with your friends and family. I talk mainly about beauty, skincare, fashion, and positive lifestyle. What I specifically want to talk about is preparing for the new year. Now, on my previous channel, I talked about purchasing a new agenda for myself for the year 2022, and this is the one that I talked about. This agenda is designed or prepared by Emily Lay. She does pretty feminine design, so I don't think any man would like this as much. And on the inside, it's a little bit more colorful. It does have a to-do selection and my day and 1 month view calendar. I like the monthly, weekly view with the lines going horizontally instead of going vertical. That's just my personal preference. I do document quite a bit, and I'm just gonna stop talking about this because I mentioned this in another video. But I also like to do journaling and planning quite a bit. So I have a little bit of a daily routine that I like to do. And one of the routines that I like to do is writing in a gratitude journal, just as a personal reflection. And this is it. Once I finish this book, I doubt I will repurchase this, because I think I want more writing space in it. But I do write my gratitude in this book. I do like this magnetic flap and the design, and it just makes a lot of positive changes in your life. And I totally believe in practicing gratitude and being grateful and humble and all that kind of thing. Now, there's something else that I have. This book over here, and let me just put my other ones down. This book over here is just a basic notebook from Moleskin, and I've had this for quite some time, and I'll show you excuse me, at the very back. It's one of those dot journal kind of things, and I don't know if you can see that. See, that's like right in there. And this, I do my budgeting. I don't like to use electronic devices or to do a spreadsheet on your computer. I like to do pen to paper budgeting, and I do it all in here, and I really don't want to open this up. I create my own personal template to my own style, and this is something that I check up on daily basis. I will update it to track all the things that I've spent the day before and write it all down and that sort of thing. So this is something that I do on daily basis. And now, as I've mentioned in another video, this is one of my favorite writing tools. It is from Montblanc, and it has a recognizable tip, and this is a ballpoint pen. Just thinking only, I wouldn't mind getting the calligraphy pen from Montblanc. It is on my wish list. I hope at some point in the future that I will get one, because I'm considering going back to doing some calligraphy writing. Here's some other writing tools that I wanted to share with you that might interest you if you're into journal writing, doing paper to pen, creating your own budgeting book, that sort of thing. I'm thinking for the new year to start something new and different, because even though I have created my own templates in here, I'm getting a little bit tired of it. So, and I don't have that much time, that I decided to look into some other methods of other budgeting workbooks. So let me show you some other stuff that I got as writing tools. Quite some time ago, I decided to get some highlighters, and I was looking at all the different brands at the store and I didn't know what to get, because sometimes I find some of the highlighters, the shades, are a little bit dull. Let's say the shade of blue, sometimes it comes by as too dark. Well, I saw this and it caught my eye and I decided to buy it. And I'm not too sure if any of you are familiar with this brand. And I think it's quite popular because it's almost always sold out at the store, but I'm not too sure if this has to do with the COVID time and getting stock coming in and the manufacturing, that kind of thing. So this brand is from a company called Zebra, and I believe it's from Asia. And if I can read this print, which is very hard for me to do, but I'll put some links to it. These are sparkly highlighters and they are really awesome. A lesson you have to learn is to highlight first and then write on top of it, not the other way around, because this one isn't as bright yellow because I got some gel pen marker on it. But here's another one that's not, oh sorry, not ruined. This shade, they're sparkly, and within reason, if you don't wipe it right away, those sparkles will settle on the sheet of paper. I don't feel any grittiness or bump as I'm writing on top of it, so that is a really good thing. And if you give it a second to let it dry, I find that the sparkles just stay put. Now, I don't highlight like from reading a book. I use this for my budgeting or my journal writing, my gratitude book. And these are just kind of like bringing out more of my creativity on something so plain and bland on the inside of these notebooks. And they're fun to use and I really recommend them. The name of this, the company name is Zebra, and it's called Kira Rich, one word, from Zebra. And these are the sparkly or shimmering highlighters, and I highly recommend it. And as I was showing to you, that the tip is not very wide. It's not one of those fat ones. This is more of the smaller version, and it works really well for a bullet journal or maybe a smaller notebook if you wanted to do some highlighting. And I really love it. I wanted to try some other writing tools for my budget book and journal writing, that sort of thing. So I got a few things here. More highlighters from the same company, and it's from Zebra, but these are really popular. They are called the Mildliner, and I got the really fluorescent lighter shade. I really like this. They had another one that was really long with various shades, but I found, let me just turn it this way so you can see the colors. I found that those colors looked a little bit too dark for my personal liking, and I like brighter, lighter colors. And maybe it won't show up as much on white paper, but sometimes I don't need to have intense highlighting color on my journal book, that kind of thing. I just want something light and delicate on a white sheet of paper. With that being said, I contemplated buying this and I ended up buying it. And this one does have a red highlighter, which I very much doubt I'll use. I noticed a swipe of this, you couldn't see the letters that you're writing on top of it. It's just too intense. And this is more muted, but I thought this would be just a nice combination. Kind of trying to bring out the artistic side of me, just in my journal writing or my budget book. A lot of people like to use stickers on their calendar and their agenda book, and I wouldn't mind doing that sometimes, but I think I'm more into trying to do some drawing or maybe making a little border around the edge of the paper, that sort of thing. Then I know I talked about Montblanc being my favorite writing tool. It is a beautiful beautiful ball pen, but I wanted to explore other type of writing tools, and this is what I got. So this is what I got, is gel pen from the same company, Zebra. I'm finding through my research that the company Zebra is getting a lot of good reviews overall. Now, the gel pen reviews that I've read, some people said, oh, it's hard for it to glide. And then I've read other reviews, 100% positive, saying how wonderful it is. So maybe it depends on the type of paper that you're writing it on. And it can smear if you're left-handed, and it's not a good idea. And in fact, with a highlighter, the sparkly highlighters, you have to let it dry. In my journal book and agenda, it kind of seeps through a little bit if you go back and forth, just to let you know. Or when you're dragging it across the page and at the very end, then it has a little bit more of a buildup of a color. Usually I get a Kleenex and just blot it, but you have to give it a few minutes, well, not a few minutes, a few seconds to allow it to dry down. I have to say the quality of the Moleskin notebooks really have gone downhill, in my opinion. I'm just not impressed with the papers. They're quite thin compared to what I remember what they used to be, because I would always buy those even small little notebooks to document things while I was traveling, because traveling to and from work is a very, very long time. But I'm just going to show you the blue here, and you can see with the blue sparkly highlighter, it does go right through, and quite intense. So that is just showing that this paper from Moleskin is quite thin and not the best thing. So it really depends, I think, on the quality of the paper also. And to find a highlighter or a marker that doesn't seep through paper, I think would be very difficult, especially when the paper is thin. So that's what I'm going to say about that. So getting back to the gel pens by Zebra, I decided to get this one. I didn't see too many selections. There was another one where you get maybe 4 or 5, and then the other set was the highlighter. These highlighters, not in these colors. They looked a little bit more muted and darker, a lot more darker than this set. This was lighter than the set that came with the gel pens, and the Mildliner highlighter. So I got the SARSA clip pen, and I think it's called clip because on the end you can clip it sort of like those hair clips. It's one of those kind of things. I'm not too sure how strong is the grip, and would it destroy something like your Moleskin journal, where it's sort of like a concept of a leather cover, but it isn't leather. I don't know what kind of material is it, but it could leave a dent on it. So I decided to get these gel pens to start using in the new year, and apparently these ones are shiny color. So I think it's a little bit of a metallic sort of thing. I've never used it or opened it up, but I'm looking forward to using it. And when I was taking a look at this, these two, I thought these colorings can work really well. So I'll experiment with these, but I think you have to use a highlighter first, and then you can write on top of it. That's what I've determined with the sparkly ones, and it will be interesting to see what it's like with the shiny ones. So I hope you really enjoyed this, and if this motivates you for the new year to do some journal writing, maybe to start getting an agenda from paper to pen kind of thing, and this is a fun way to decorate and highlight. So I hope you really enjoyed this. Take care and have a good end of the year, and we'll be seeing you in the new year. I'm not too sure if I'll post any more videos, but I'll see you quite soon.